All right, Shalom. First and foremost, we give all praise to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kakodash.
Shalom to the apostles of great millstone that rule well. Shalom to all the brothers on the highways and byways doing the work sincerely and faithfully, continuing fighting that good fight of faith. Lord willing, we're finding that number to be delivered, but until then, we're going to keep out and doing as commanded, putting our hands to the plow and prophesying the downfall of this dreadful kingdom known as Babylon the Great, aka America. All right, with that, we're going to go through prophecies, testimonies, articles, whatever we're going to do, we're going to do it through the Spirit of the Lord, and hopefully it's edifying, so we're going to get on into it.
Yeah, so if you go to that, so we were just talking about the scriptures in general, but about being content. I'm looking for this scripture. Can you go to 1 Corinthians, the 2nd chapter? What did I call for?
1 Corinthians 2?
Yeah, start at the first verse. Let me Yep, that's it. Hold on 1 second. Go ahead.
1 Corinthians 2 verse 1.
Yep.
And I, brethren, when I came to you, came not with excellency of speech or of wisdom, declaring unto you the testimony of the Most High.
Right. So when Paul was teaching this word, I want to do a show about this, because when Paul how you know someone is being sincere, right? That's a question we all have, right? That we all ask. Paul didn't make it about himself. Paul had a miraculous thing happen to him, right? He was on his way to Damascus, and what happened? You remember? He fell off the horse. He was knocked off the horse, right? And then for like a week he was blind, and then he received his sight back. Now, if Paul took the approach that Christianity takes, he could have easily been like, "Hey man, I was on my way to Damascus. I got on the horse, and all of a sudden a big force pushed me off the horse, and I fell off the horse." Every epistle could have been about that happenstance, and he could have mounted several people unto himself. But he wasn't worried about that. He was only concerned about one thing. Keep going.
Verse 2, for I determined not to know anything among you, save Yahweh Shah Mashiach and him crucified.
That was all he was concerned about. Right? So like we were saying, there's a simplicity that comes with the truth. Right? And we can't forget about that simplicity. We have to be content with that simplicity. Because if we get into these undertakings about trying to make the scriptures more complex than they are, then that's how you get yourself trapped up, right? So go to 1 Timothy 6:3. 1 Timothy 6:3.
Yeah, step right over to the phone.
1 Timothy 6 verse 3.
Yep.
If any man teach otherwise and consent not to wholesome words, even the words of our Lord Yahweh Shah Mashiach, and to the doctrine which is according to godliness, he is proud, knoweth nothing, but darting about questions and strifes of words, whereof cometh envy, strife, railings, and evil surmising.
Right, because the truth is easy. It's simple, right? 1 + 1 is 2, right? You don't have to go in and, well, what happens is integers, and you get to carry them. You don't got to do that. It's 1 + 1 is 2, and it's simple. The scriptures say this: that my sheep heareth my voice and they follow me, right? So if you just keep it about the Lord, if the doctrine is true, then the people will follow you. Whoever's supposed to follow you is going to follow you. You keep it about the truth, right? Keep going.
Verse 5. Perverse disputing of men of corrupt minds, and destitute of the truth, supposing that gain is godliness.
Supposing that gain is godliness, right? The more I know, that's how I can consider myself godly. The more I can get, the more I can surmount unto myself, that's how I determine whether or not I'm godly. But it ain't about that. Go ahead, keep going.
From such withdraw thyself, but godliness with contentment is great gain.
Godliness with contentment is great gain. So just be content with what you got. You don't got to be complicated. You don't got to be special. You don't got to have a super breakdown about something. Elder Apostle Tahar said this. He said, "We have enough for salvation," and he's true in that. We have enough, because what did Paul say? He said, "I was concerned about nothing save in Yahweh Shai and Him crucified," because that's what's going to deliver us. Not how much you know. If how much you, matter of fact, go to that. What's that scripture? Where he says, he said, he was praying and he said, I'm glad I'm not like this guy.
I got you.
I pray. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Yeah. Is that Luke? Luke
Luke 12.
Luke 12.
16.
Luke 12. Keep going in this one. Keep going in this one.
Verse 7.
Yeah.
For we brought nothing into this world,
Yeah.
and it's certain we can carry nothing out.
Right. You didn't learn the truth because you were sitting in a cave somewhere with a candle and you was reading the old scrolls. You got you pin the scroll up on there, you roll the scroll out, and you trying to learn different languages. No, you got the truth because you heard it, and the Lord opened your mind just like he did in John the 24th chapter. He opened up the apostles' mind at that time, and they were able to go out and teach the word. The scriptures tell you in the Apocrypha, right, that you overnight you could become this great orator. Overnight, you don't need this grandiose thing because it's all about the Spirit of the Lord. Paul also said that the Lord giveth the increase, right? So it's not about having this complex, and then go to this scripture over here and go to this scripture over here, and then you carry the 1 plus 3. No, you just be simple, man. Just be easy, push it out, and move on. It's very easy. The Lord didn't ask much of us. Go out on the highways and byways, teach the word, right? You teach the people of me, and go home. That's it. And and do your best to live the life of a clean man, right? And that's it. You got that, bro?
Yeah. This is Luke chapter 12, verse 16.
Yep.
It says, he spake a parable unto them, saying, the ground of a certain rich man brought forth plentiful. And he thought within himself, saying, what shall I do? Because I have no room.
No, that's not the one. That's not the one. He basically said,
excuse me. Luke 18.
Yeah.
18.
Hit
So that's
me.
like, yo, I'm tripping, man.
It's all good. We're gonna get it.
Yeah. There we go. Yep, got it right here. This Luke 18 and 9. It says, and he spake this parable unto a certain which trust in themselves that they were righteous and despised others. It says 2 men went into the temple to pray. It says it says the one a Pharisee and the other a publican.
Yeah, I wanted to say publican, but I wasn't sure if that word was in it. But keep going.
And it says, verse 11, it says, and the Pharisee stood and prayed thus within himself. It says, God, I thank thee that I am not as other men are, extortioners, unjust, adulterous, and even as this publican. It says, I fast twice in the week.
Fasting twice in a week.
It says, I give tithes of all that I possess.
Which are all things you should do, right? But watch this. Keep going.
And it says, and the publican standing afar would not lift up so much his eyes unto heaven.
He didn't even look up to the heavens. But what did he do?
But smote upon his breast.
Saying,
God, be merciful to me, a sinner.
Just be merciful to me. It's nice and simple. Be merciful to me. I'm a sinner. Have mercy on me, Lord. And then what happened?
I tell you, this man went down to his house justified rather than the other. For everyone that exalt himself shall be abased.
So the other, who was the Pharisee, had all kinds of works to boast in. He knew this, he knew that. He prayed, he fasted, he offered tithes, and did all these things, and put himself in a position above the other men who just asked for mercy. Same thing with the woman who gave her last mite. Right? The scriptures say that she gave more than all. Even though it was 1 penny, she gave more than all. So it's simple. It's simple. We don't have to get complex. We don't have to have 165,000 breakdowns, right? Because the Lord gives the increase, man. The Lord is the one who gives the increase, right? And just like we said a little while ago, He's the one that does the choosing. So and then He said this. He said, it's written in the scriptures. It says, our righteousness is as filthy rags. So what can we do? You can do everything perfectly. What can you do to make the Heavenly Father decide to choose you? Nothing. Now look at Job, right? Let's go to Job, the 1st chapter. Look at Job, right? Job was minding his business. Job wasn't bothering nobody. He was minding his business, right? And the scriptures say that he was a righteous man. Let's read. Let's read
This
Job.
is Job. It's, Job chapter 1, verse 1.
Yep.
He said, there was a man in the land of Oz whose name was Job.
Yep.
And that man was perfect and upright and one that feared the Most High.
Right. Perfect, upright, one that feared the Most High. Keep going.
And
Extolled. Let me see. Oh, it's skewed all evil, meaning to he shunned it away.
Yep, it's skewed evil.
Yep.
And they were born unto him
Yep.
7 sons and 3 daughters.
Right. 10 kids. Right. That's a lot. 7 sons. You have 7 sons. That means your name gonna be on the earth for a long time.
Oh yeah.
10 sons, because they gonna have sons, and those sons gonna have sons.
Tons.
So your name gonna live for a long time. Right?
Everything gonna last for a
So
very
that
long time.
shows you what the Heavenly Father is blessing them with. All this plenteousness, right?
Yep.
Keep going.
He has was born to him 7 sons and 3 daughters.
Mhm.
His substance was also 7,000 sheep and 3,000 camels
Right.
and 500 yoke of oxen and 500 she asses and a very great household. I was considered to be a millionaire back then.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
100%. He was living large.
Yep.
In the penthouse suite. Yeah,
Yep.
go ahead.
And he said, so that this man was the greatest of all the men of the east.
Mm-hmm.
And his sons went and feasted in their houses, every one his days, and sent and called for their 3 sisters to eat and drink with them. And it was so when the days of their feasting were gone about, that Job sent and sanctified them and rose up early in the morning and offered burnt offering
Right.
according to the number of them all.
All right, so he did everything right. Right? You hear any faults in Job yet?
No fault.
None yet? I didn't hear any.
Nope.
Doing it for himself and he's doing it for his kids.
Yeah, for his kid,
Mhm.
exactly. And he said, for Job said, it may be that my sons have sinned and cursed the Most High in their heart.
Right. So just in case, he was so on point. He said, just in case they might have sinned, let me do another sacrifice.
Yup.
Keep going.
Thus did Job continually. Now there was a day when the sons of the Most High came to present themselves
Right.
before the Lord.
So now the sons of the, so now you're giving you, think of a movie, right? You see this scene happening, everything is going on in the scene, then they cut to another scene. It's happening at the same time. You ever see that movie Crash? That's a good movie, man, because all of these things, all of these stories are happening all at the same time, and it showed how your what they call it, 6 degrees of separation, how closely knit you are to someone and other people. They're going through what they're going through in their lives, and it causes you to cross paths. So you think of it in that way, right? You got Job doing all these things. He's having kids. He's surmounting wealth unto himself, right? He's worshiping the Father. He's sacrificing unto the Father, sacrificing on behalf of his children to the Father, right? He's a righteous man, right? Keep going.
And Satan came also among them.
Yep.
And the Lord said unto Satan, whence comest thou?
Right.
Then Satan answered the Lord and said, from going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in
Yeah,
it.
Satan was like, man, I was down there. I was doing a couple things here and there.
Yeah.
I was doing a couple things. What the Lord say to Satan?
And the Lord said unto Satan, hast thou considered my servant Job?
Right, have y'all considered my servant Job? Job was minding his business. He did everything right, and still got smacked up. Right? Still got smacked up.
Man.
So there's nothing you can do to save yourself. It's up to the Heavenly Father and what He
God.
wants. Go to oh snap. Go to Romans 9.
And that's why a lot of people today say that, oh, God can never be that evil man because he will never do that.
Right.
But they never read the scripture.
Well, they don't understand.
Yeah.
They don't understand.
Top.
No.
Yeah.
Jump down to where it says go to 13. Let me look at it.
So have Allah. Jacob have Allah.
No, start at 11. Start at 11.
Romans 9 verse 11.
Yep.
For the children being not yet born, neither
Yeah.
having done any good or evil,
Yeah.
that the purpose of the Most High, according to the election, might stand.
Right, that the purpose, according to the Most High, according to the election might stand, right? Read that again.
Romans 9 and 11. For the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of the Most High, according to
Right.
the election, might stand,
Right.
not of works,
Right.
but of him that calleth.
Right, not of works, but of him that calleth. So when the Jehovah's Witnesses, when they come and they say, how do you get to heaven? Really, I don't know. I don't know. I can only hope that I make it. That's our stance, right? When we say we're the hopeful elect, that's why we say that, because we don't know. You don't do what can you do? Our righteousness is as filthy rags. There's nothing that we can do to please the Heavenly Father. Nothing. Right?
The Lord Himself said that I'll have mercy on whom I have.
He get ready to say it. He get ready to say it. Keep
Yeah,
going.
that's right there. Want me to jump straight down to that?
No.
Continue?
Read straight through.
All right, verse 12. It
Yep.
was said unto her, the elder shall serve the younger.
Right.
As it is written, Jacob have I loved,
Right.
but Esau have I hated.
Not because Jacob did these honorable things and this beautiful stuff before they were even born, it was already decided. It was already decided who was going to be the righteous and who was going to be the wicked. Who was going to be the vessel unto honor and who was going to be the vessel unto dishonor. It was already decided. It didn't have nothing to do with Esau. As a matter of fact, Esau was minding his business. When they're just a man, Esau, he was minding his business, right? As a matter of fact, he was his father Isaac's favorite, right? And really, through the coup between Jacob and his mom, Jacob was able to get that blessing, man.
Come on.
Right? So technically you could say that Jacob did a bad thing. But it was all according to the Heavenly Father's plan. There's nothing we can do to make ourselves attain salvation.
Let me get this real quick. Romans 10 and 1 says, Brethren, my heart's desires and prayers to the Most High for Israel is that they might be saved.
That they might be saved. That you might be saved. You can only hope. There's nothing that we can do there's no amount of works that we can do now. Now the scriptures do say, give diligence to make thy calling and election sure, right? So that means do everything in your power to make it. But it's not guaranteed to you. Because of this. Why is it not guaranteed to you, even though it's telling you to give diligence to make your calling and election sure? Because the scriptures say this, that we are saved in hope. Right? Because what is hope rooted in? Hope is rooted in faith. That you believe that the Heavenly Father is capable of doing what He said He could do. Right? So that's why it's not promised to you. Right? Keep going.
Back it up. Back in Romans 9 and verse 14. I'll start at verse 13 again. As it was written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. What shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with the Most High? The Most High forbid.
Right. Are you going to say that the Lord is unrighteous? Right? Because one would think that by good works you receive good tidings. But it doesn't matter. It's up to the Heavenly Father. Keep going.
Verse 15, for he said to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy,
Yep.
and I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion.
Right. The Heavenly Father makes the decisions. He decides. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 16, so then it is not of him that willeth, nor of him that runneth, but of the Most High that showeth mercy.
Right. Keep going.
For the scriptures said unto Pharaoh, even for the same purpose have I raised thee up, that I might shew my power in thee,
Right.
and that my name might be declared throughout all the earth.
Right, keep going.
Therefore have he mercy on whom he will have mercy, and whom he will harden.
And whom He will, He hardeneth. Right? And so, look, it's up to the Heavenly Father, man. But Christianity, I'm saying Jehovah's Witness because they're always out here. They would have you to think that there's something that you can do, that there's a step-by-step guide, a manual of how you get to heaven. Nah, man. Give me what's that? John 17. No, 13. Was it 13? You have not chosen me, but I have
chosen you. John 17 and 9.
Is it 17 and 9?
Yep, John 17 and 9. Go ahead.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 19, verse 24. And it says, and he that has small understanding and fear the Lord is better than one that had much wisdom and transgress the law of the Most High.
Read that again, bro.
No. Ecclesiastes 19, verse 24. It says, he that has small understanding and feareth the Most High is better than one that had much wisdom and transgress the law of the Most High.
Right. So it ain't about how much you know, how much you do, how much you have. It's all about the Lord and what He decides, man. And what He decides. And if He decides that it's time for you to perish, you're going to perish. If He decides that it's time for you to grow and be plenteous, you're going to grow and be plenteous. It's up to the Heavenly Father, man. And all of this has been predestinated. There's nothing we can do about it. It's all been written. We are mere pieces to the puzzle. We don't get to decide. You think of a jigsaw puzzle. You know, you might have the little piece on the top, a little gap in the bottom. You don't get to decide how you want to fit into the puzzle. Your piece was jigged the way it was jigged, and you fit in the story how you fit in the story. Right? There's nothing we can do about it. Right? There is no step-by-step guide. Now, is it commanded to us to be perfect as our Father in heaven is perfect? Yes, it is. Are we to strive for righteousness at all costs? Yes. Right? But it doesn't guarantee you anything. We are saved only in hope. We're saved only in hope. We're saved only in our faith in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Not in what we do. Not in what we do. Because the scriptures tell us, right, that faith was accounted to Abraham as his works, right? Because he believed that the Lord could do what the Lord said he would do, it was accounted unto Abraham as his works, right?
It's actually John 15:16.
It's all right. I haven't read this one in a long time.
Yeah, it's John chapter 15 verse 16,
Yeah.
and he says, "Ye have not chosen me,
Right.
but I have chosen you and ordained you that ye should go forth and bring forth fruit, and that your fruit should remain.
Right.
But whatsoever ye shall ask of the Father in my name,
Thank you.
he may give it
Right.
you."
It said, "Ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you." Right? Like for instance, right? You think of an apple tree, right? The apples, no matter how big they get and how red they get, right? It's up to the picker, right? When you go to the apple orchard, you looking at the apples, you get up on that ladder, you say, "Get this one over here." Right? You don't matter how healthy you look as an apple, how big you get, how much juice is inside you. No, it's up to the picker.
I don't want that one. Apples ain't gonna jump into your basket.
Yeah, right. I get to decide. I'm going home with you. No. You can only hope, man. You can only hope. You stand there, you look at you done shined your coat up. You the apple on the tree. You done shined up. You say, "Come on, man, pick me. You can only hope. You can only hope, man. Keep going. What you got?
Oh, I got Jeremiah 1 and
Yeah.
4.
Yeah.
Jeremiah 1 verse 4. Then the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Behold, Salaki, before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee, and before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations.
Right. So before Jeremiah got down here, Jeremiah was. Let's go read up a little bit. Yeah, start at 1.
Jeremiah 1 verse 1. The words of Jeremiah, the son of Hilkiah, of the priests that were in Anathoth, in the land of Benjamin, to whom the word of the Lord came in the days of Josiah, the son of Ammon, king of Judah, in the 13th year of his reign. It came also in the days of Joachim, the son of Josiah, king of Judah, until the end of the 11th year of Zedekiah, the son of Josiah, king of Judah, until the carrying away of Jerusalem captive in the 5th month.
So it's giving us a time frame. Keep going.
Verse 4, and then the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee, and before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations.
Right. So what did he say?
Verse 6, then said I, Lord Yahweh, behold, I cannot speak, for I am a child.
Yeah, come on, man. I'm a little guy. I ain't got it in me. But the Lord told him, look, before you even got here, I had chosen you. I put you down here to be who you were going to be. Keep going.
Verse 7, but the Lord said unto me, say not, I am a child, for thou shalt go to all that I shall send thee, and whatsoever I command thee, thou shalt speak.
Right, and whatever that I command you, you're going to speak. Right, so it wasn't about Jeremiah doing some great grandiose thing. Matter of fact, the example of Jonah. Jonah ain't want no parts of it. Jonah said, I ain't a prophet. Nah, they be killing the prophets. I'm out of here. I'm getting on the boat, and I'm fleeing town. And that's what he did. He got on that boat and flee town, and the boat started shaking around. They're like, what the fuck is this? All these waters. Jonah said, yes, it's my fault, man. My bad. Let's get rid of this guy, man. Let's get rid of this guy. Jonah tried to run. So it's never, we can speak of our own personal lives. We wasn't thinking about coming out on the highways and byways teaching word. None of us. I thought when I was going to college to play basketball. That was it. You know, sing a couple songs here and there, and that was it. Right? Do a little you know, online business or whatever I was doing back then, man. I, you know, wear the ties and all that shit. I wasn't thinking nothing about the scriptures, man. I wasn't thinking nothing about the scriptures. I grew up in the Baptist church. I wasn't thinking nothing about no scriptures. I was gonna make some money. I was gonna become a millionaire. I was gonna do my thing. I was, you know, hey, you ever heard of this? You know, this online thing. What you can do is let me show you products. If you get 2 of these, 3, you know, that's all. You know, yeah. What you do, you go through the portal. Yeah, I was doing all of that kind of shit, man. I wasn't thinking nothing about the truth, and you, it happens.
Right.
It happens.
It's at that, for some reason, when you talk to brothers about how they came into the truth, you was probably in a vulnerable state. Your life was just going through life aimlessly, you know, and the next thing you know, you get knocked off the motorcycle, snap your ankle, you know, whatever the case may be. It brings you, the Lord, it's that time when the Lord is calling out to you, man. A lot of brothers don't understand that. And that's when the Lord has now made that call to you, and then put you in that stead where you come to that crossroads, like, damn, I want to be out there, but you know, I still want to go out on Saturday. We used to come out on Saturday. You know, there was a thing of no issue once the Spirit started really supping with you. Once the Lord started really supping with you, you didn't give a shit about the things in the world. You didn't give a damn about going out on Saturday because you were so enthralled and so grounded in this word and these prophecies. There was nothing else you'd rather do, man. To this very present day, we still feel that same energy, man.
I got a little bit more. Verse 8, be not afraid of their faces, for I am with thee to deliver thee, said the Lord. Then the Lord put forth his hand and touched my mouth. And the Lord said unto me, behold, I have put my words in thy mouth.
And that's us. The Lord touched our mouths and caused us to say the things that we're saying. Just like when it says in Matthew, it says, think not. You going to that?
Something similar to
Go
that.
ahead. Hit me with it.
Luke 21 and 15.
Yep.
For I will give you a mouth and wisdom, which all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist.
Yep.
I'll get the one in Matthew.
Yeah. So it's nothing that anybody can say to you because these words are given to us by the Father. They're not of our own accord. Go ahead, brother.
This is Baruch 4:38. It says, O Jerusalem, look about thee towards the east, and behold the joy that cometh unto thee from the Most High. Lo, thy sons come, whom thou sentest away. They come gathered together from the east to the west by the word of the Holy One, rejoicing in the glory of the
That's
Most
it,
High.
man. And it's only by the word, not by us, not by anything we did. What did Paul say? For the Lord giveth the increase. It's not of us, man. The scriptures also say this, that my sheep heareth my voice and they follow me. It's not about us, man. It's not about us. It's about the furtherance of the truth. It's about, just like they laid out those palms for the Lord Yahweh Shai as he came in through that on that ass's coat. When those palms were being laid out, as what did they say? Hosanna in the highest, right? You know what that means? There's Hawashai Nawah, which means our Savior. This is the highest deliverer, right? So they were praising him, just like when you see the red carpet. You know where I'm going, brother. You know what point I'm trying to make. Just like when you have the Grammys, right? And you got the guests of honor, right? What they do, they come out and they got that screen behind them with some kind of marketing plastered on it, and they standing there, they squinting at all the cameras, and they switch the pose. And they come down, they do all kind of shit. They with their woman, all in the pictures and all of that, right? That's the red carpet that was rolled out for the Lord Yahweh Shai, and we're doing the same thing. Right? Go to Matthew 22:9.
Matthew.
This is what we're doing when we're out here on the highways and byways. When we're pushing this word, we're rolling out the carpet for the Lord Yahweh Shai. We're rolling out the red carpet, right? We're getting all the fixings going. You got that velvet rope so the spectators can't come and touch the stars.
And then the palm
They take out their phones and hey, these are the phones, man. these are the pictures that's being taken.
But something like though, real quick.
sorry.
You know, when we outside into the sea, right? And everybody had the palm tree in their hand,
Yeah.
and they all landed on the floor while you walk on the
That's
palm
it.
tree.
They laid
Just
it down.
like,
It was on, you know how you ever see like
Yeah.
somebody on a horse?
Yep.
Going slow. The horse ain't running, but it's going. But you can see how that person up on the
Yeah.
horse, he was
Yeah.
riding through. He was coming through on that ass's coat.
Yep. Through the palm
They was
tree.
like your brother said, they was throwing it. Yeah, well that's where he got it from though.
Yeah.
That's where Nate got it from. When Nate get to throwing his garment to the side and the wind is blowing on him and he got thunderbolts coming down. That's where he got that from, man. Everybody, nobody wants to follow the Lord Yahweh Shai. They want to be the Lord Yahweh Shai. All that glory that he's gonna get, they want that glory. So, but we roll out the carpet for him, man. Rolling out the red carpet for him. And they say, oh, when is he due here? When is he due? It's time. We don't know what time. He'll be here in a minute. You know. What you got?
Matthew 22:9.
Yeah, that's it.
It says, "Go ye therefore into the highways, and as many as ye find shall find, bid to the marriage."
Right, like we said this last week. We're calling out. There's a wedding getting ready to happen, right? The Heavenly Father is getting ready to be married to his wife. He be reconciled with his wife. If you think about this, right? Let's say you a little kid and your parents split up, right? And your parents split up, and then you hear your dad on the phone. Yeah, Wilhelmina, you come back to the house, baby. I miss you, baby. Right? As a kid, you're gonna be, yeah, my parents getting back together. You're gonna go to school and tell your teacher, Miss Smith, my parents getting back together. Right? Miss Smith gonna go, oh, okay, Lord Jerome, that's good, baby, that's good. I'm glad your parents are getting back together. But you get excited. You get excited. That's what's happening right now. We're getting ready to be married back to the Heavenly Father. We're getting ready to be reconciled with the Father. We had a tumultuous relationship, right? He had to slap us around a little bit, send us away. Oh, you want to go with that nigga? Go with that nigga then, right? You know them conversations that you have with your woman. Watch your back, here. Right? So the Lord now is getting ready to marry us back. Keep going.
I'm gonna go back to 8. Just bring it all out. It says, "Then said he to his servants, the wedding is ready, but they which were bidden were not worthy."
Right.
It says, "Go ye therefore into the highways, and as many as ye shall find, bid to the marriage."
Right. And that's where we at right now. We on the highways, bidding those to the marriage. Right? Go ahead.
It says, "And for those servants." For those servants went out into the highways and gathered together all as many as they found, both bad and good. And the wedding was furnished with guests. And when the king came in to see the guests, he saw there was a man in which he had not on a wedding garment.
Right. So you got to have on the proper garments too to be in that wedding. Right? What you do when you get fitted for your tux, you got to get that tape measure. You measure that inseam. Matthew 22. Yeah. Keep going.
It says, verse 12, it says, "And he said it unto him, Friend, how camest thou in hither not having a wedding garment?" And he was speechless. Then said the king to the servants, "Bind him hand and foot, and take him away, and cast him into outer darkness. And there shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth."
Right. So you got to have on the proper wedding garments. Right? You said an uncertain garment. You got this guy. He trying to outdo the groom. He gonna put on a tux better than the groom tux. How you get in here, man? What you doing in here? Right? You got something else?
Yeah, cut. 2 Ezra 2, when it started off 46. Then said I unto the angel, What young person is it that crowneth them, and giveth them palms in their hands? So he answered and said unto me, It is the Son of the Most High, whom they have confessed in the world. Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord.
So it was a ceremony of sorts, right? Right, a crowning ceremony, just like when you see them so-called British people, when they get knighted or when they get crowned as king, they go through that ceremony. That's what's gonna be happening, man. And the Lord Yahweh Shai gonna be on his throne. He's gonna be sitting there. You're gonna have all them crowns up there, and then you're gonna like a graduation. You're gonna be walking across the stage. You're gonna get your crown, right? You go, you shake your hand, and you go on about your business. Get the next person come up, get his crown. It's a ceremony, man. It's a ceremony. So it's not about us. It's about the Lord Yahweh Shai. It's about keeping it simple. Just telling the people, look, the Lord Yahweh Shai is on his way back to deliver the children of Israel. Let's go to I said that Isaiah 63. Isaiah 63.
Isaiah 63 verse 1.
Yeah.
Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Bosra? This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save.
I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save. Right. So he's coming down. He got that galactic Cadillac. Yeah. And he's coming down in his glory. Right. Keep going.
Verse 2. Wherefore art thou red in thy apparel,
Yep.
and thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine fat.
Yep.
I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none up with me.
Yep.
For I will tread them in my anger and trample them in my fury,
Yep.
and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments.
So he's going to come down here and destroy some things, man. He's going to come down here and wipe some things out, right? Keep going.
And I will stain all my remnant. Verse 4. For the day of vengeance is in my heart, and the year of my redeem is come. And I looked, and there was none to help. And I wondered that there was none to uphold. Therefore my own arm brought salvation unto me, and my fury it upheld me. And I will tread down the people in my anger, and will make them drunk in my fury. Verse 6. And I will tread down the people in my anger, and make them drunk in my fury, and I will bring...
So he's going to come down here and wipe out the Edomites, right? He's going to wipe them out.
That's right.
And after he does that, what's he going to do? Keep going.
And I will bring down their strength to the earth, and I will mention the love...
He said it will bring down their strength to the earth. Just like it says in Job 18, it says the steps of his strength shall be made flat. Right? Keep going.
Verse 7, I will mention the love kindnesses of the Lord,
The loving kindness,
of the Lord,
and
the praises of the Lord, according to all that the Lord hath bestowed on us.
That's right.
And the great goodness toward the house of Israel.
And the great goodness toward the house of Israel. So he's going to destroy the Edomites, and then he's going to show his love towards us, man. And that's enough. That's enough. I don't need nothing else. I don't need nothing else. Give me a glass of water every once in a while. I'm good, man. I'm good. You know, figuratively speaking, right? Keep going. Read verse 7.
I will mention the love kindness of the Lord, and the praises of the Lord, according to all that the Lord hath bestowed on us, and the great goodness toward the house of Israel, which he hath bestowed on them according to his mercies, and according to the multitude of his love kindness. For he said, surely they are my people, children that will not lie, for he was their Savior.
That's right.
And in their affliction, he was afflicted, and the angel of his presence saved them. In his love and his pity he redeemed them, and he bared them and carried them all the days of old.
That's right, man. That's it. Right? So the Lord, when he comes back, he's going to destroy the Edomites and deliver the children of Israel.
Oh, I got
Right?
one for you.
So it ain't about us. It's about him being glorified, so that in hopes that we can be a part of that salvation, in hopes that we can be in that grouping of those who are going to be delivered. You got something?
Yeah, real quick.
Go ahead,
This is Sirach, chapter 25, verse 7. He said, there be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy. And the 10th I will order with my tongues. A man that have joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy.
Right, that's what we are longing for, man, to see the fall of our enemy. A lot of our people don't know who their enemy is. They don't know, because we've been made here in America to think that Christianity was about everybody, right? But the line was drawn in the sand. In ancient times, you knew who your enemies were.
Exactly.
We were heavy enemies with the Philistines.
Yep.
We were heavy enemies with the
Moab,
with the Moabites, the Edomites,
the Ammonites.
right? The Ammonites, and it was clear. Both parties understood. Yeah, we don't fuck with y'all like that.
It was the whole nation.
right?
All the nations.
Yeah, so we understood who our enemies were, and then we understood who our allies were,
Yeah.
right? But now in today's day and age, right? We don't know who our enemies are, but we're coming back to that.
Hell, I mean, you know what?
We're coming back to know who our enemies are. Who was reading?
I was.
What was that you just read?
Isaiah 63.
No. My God, read something about
No, it's Ecclesiastes chapter 25, verse 7.
Keep going.
You know,
Yep.
and he says, read it again. He says, "There be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy, and a 10th I will order with my tongue. A man that have joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemies."
Yeah, right. Keep going.
He says, "Well is him that dwelleth with a wife of understanding, and that have not slipped with his tongue."
What is that? What you say, Ezekiel 25?
Ezekiel, no, this is Ecclesiastes.
Ecclesiastes.
Oh, I thought you said Ezekiel. I'm sorry. That's my fault.
No,
That's
it's my fault, but it's my fault.
It's good.
No, I was thinking
So
about
that's-
Ezekiel. I'm going to Ezekiel real quick.
Okay.
You know, I got you.
I thought you said Ezekiel 25. I was going to tell you to go down to 14.
No, I'm going to go down to 14. I'll read it.
Go down to 14. Read it.
It's, this is Ezekiel chapter 25, verse 14.
Yeah.
And he says, "And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel.
That's right.
And they shall do in Edom according to my anger
Right.
and according to my fury."
Right, so just like the Lord got a little taste, we gonna get a little taste.
Yeah.
We gonna get a little taste too, man. You know, start getting your push-ups in. When your push-ups in, you might have to put an Edomite in the headlock. You know.
Hey, you tell me, I'm telling you, this is how the Lord was a bad man, man. He told Joshua to go into Jericho and slaughter everyone, men, women, and children. And you say, we don't have enemy? The most I have enemy. Didn't King David said this, you know? "I hate them that was up against thee, and I count them as my enemies." Then for Christianity teach about we are the world, you know, where everybody joining hand in hand, sing, universal singing Kumbaya, you know, and then you got yeah, it is a fallacy. Meanwhile, you got Jake that's walking down the street of Palestinian, with the Ishmaelite, holding hands, saying that, oh, we protesting, that what they do is wrong and blah blah blah. But the same people that they walking down with, protesting with, they're the same people that can stand them.
Well, here's the thing.
Yeah.
They occupy your land.
Right.
You walking hand in hand with them, talking about let's fight for Palestine. Meanwhile, them Palestinians, they have your land, man. They're in your land, right? When the Lord gave Ishmael his blessing, it wasn't to have that land. It wasn't for him to have that land. That land was given to the nation of Israel, right? Even deeper than that, it was given to Abraham, Isaac, then Jacob, and then it fell on those 12 patriarchs and then their children, right? So that land belongs to us. So if there's any protest for Palestine, it should be so that it can be cleared out and the proper owners get back in there, man. Right now, it's what they call that eminent domain. Right. When the house is vacant, right? You can go up in there and claim it as your own.
No, that's not eminent domain.
What's the other one?
Eminent domain is when, my mind just.
The one I'm
just
thinking
kept-
of is squatters.
Squatters, right?
Was it squatters'
Right.
rights or
Eminent
something like
domain
that?
is when the government can come in and take that property.
Okay,
You
yeah.
live in there and they want to build a
Which
Starbucks.
is one and the same, right? They took your land, man. They took your land. They came and they took all your pictures down, right? Just like you go in the houses that's been vacant. There was a guy some years ago. It was a YouTube video. He said, "I got the paperwork," and he said, "This is my house."
Yeah, Jake.
Yeah, this is my house.
Esau was pissed off because he read the rules of the city ordinances when it came to abandoned properties, and the bank that owned the house foreclosed. So when the bank shut down, that actually had deed to the house, there was nobody there to challenge it. So nobody challenged it, and Esau was like, he should pay for it just like us. And I said, I did pay for it. He paid the paperwork to file the paperwork. He paid for the
100%.
paperwork. Yeah, so that's his shit.
Well, and that's what them Palestinians did, man.
Yeah.
They saw a vacant land. Oh, let's go to First Maccabees, the first chapter,
First Maccabees, the first chapter.
and then jump down to 32nd verse. 32nd.
Gotcha. Yep. This Maccabee, 5th chapter, the 32nd verse.
Yeah.
And he says, but the woman and children took they captive
Yep.
and possessed the cattle. Then built they the city of David with a great and strong wall and with mighty towers, and made a stronghold for them.
Right.
And they put therein a sinful nation, wicked men, and fortify themselves therein.
Yeah, keep going.
They stored in it also with armor and victual.
Yeah.
And when they had gathered together the spoil of Jerusalem, they laid them up there, and so they became a sore snare.
Right. So our land was beginning to be conquered. They was making it a storehouse. They was putting their military there. Because listen, the land of Israel is the epicenter of the earth.
Yeah.
Right? So if you can occupy that land, you give yourself an advantage financially. You give yourself an advantage militarily. Right? Right? It's the epicenter of the earth. All right? Keep going.
Yep. And he says, for it was a place to lie and wait against the sanctuary,
Yep.
and an evil adversary to Israel.
Yep. Keep going.
Thus they shed innocent blood on every side of the sanctuary
Yep.
and defile it.
So what was happening, man? You had people getting killed, right? The sanctuary was being defiled, right? Esau was up in there. Anytime you see a movie, like ancient times of Esau, they always having an orgy, man. They up in there, they got turkey legs, women in there naked. I don't want no naked people around my food, man. They're naked, they got the big ass turkey leg in their mouth. They eating chicken grease all over their face. That's why when I read the scripture, that's what I'm thinking of, like how they was doing the temple, probably all up in the temple, taking all the gold out of there, man. You know, keep going.
Getting drunk. And he says, and so much that the inhabitants of Jerusalem fled because
That's
of that.
what I wanted. In so much that the inhabitants of Jerusalem fled because of them, right? So our people left. They left that land. And they left it vacant, right? And in that vacancy, what had happened? Other nations started to come in there.
And he said it right there.
Keep going.
And he says, whereupon the city was made an habitation of strangers.
Right, it was made a habitation of strangers. So people, even though that land was given to the children of Israel and everybody knew it, this wasn't a mystery. They know the records. They have the records. So that was given to the land. That land was given to the children of Israel. And when they started leaving and fleeing, what happened? They came down in that land and said, "Oh yeah, now we can set up shop." I always wanted to live on that coast over there. You know. Go ahead.
And became strange to those that were born in her.
Yeah, and became strange to those that were born in her, man. So our people started going to other lands and setting up shop there. I got a cousin that stayed over there in India when Ahasuerus was king. And so now we got family over there in India. Let's go over there and set up shop there. Or I got a cousin in Spain, or I got my sister. She live over there in Ethiopia. You know what? And that's when you read Acts the 5 chapter, when the Gentile comes in. The second chapter.
The second chapter.
Yeah, let's go to that.
Let me get it out real quick.
And this is how you get those Israelite foreigners, man. Because we were leaving the land for all different kinds of reasons. Like when you go to like say Ezra chapter 4, and then we were beginning to come back into the land. Ezra and Nehemiah, we were coming back into the land from the Babylonian captivity, and they found the records that said that we were allowed to rebuild our land, rebuild the walls of the city, rebuild the temple, right? When they found that out, not everybody came back. And some of the ones that went back got sent away because they didn't have any documentation to say what tribe they were from, right? So that you have to understand, our people have been being scattered for millennia, as they say, right? We've always been scattered around. And what happened? Our land was vacant, and they came in there and took that land for themselves. Keep going.
Right here.
No, what you have? I'm sorry.
Yeah,
What you have?
he's Acts chapter 2, let's start verse 5.
Acts chapter 2.
Acts chapter 2, verse 5. And he says, and they were dwelling at Jerusalem, Jews, devout men out of every nation
Devout
under
men,
heaven.
Devout men out of every nation, right? So we were all over, we came from all over the place, right? Jump down where it starts to say where the different places we were coming from.
Sure. And he says,
Hold
You mind if I just read that down? Yeah, let me read it through. And he says, now when this was noised abroad, the multitude came together and were confounded because that every man heard them speak in his own language.
Right. So you imagine, right? You imagine. Let's say you like me. I'm originally from upstate New York, right? Me and my parents, we moved here when I was a young man, right? And so now I've grown up here. I've become a man here. I'm now a native to Massachusetts. This is what I know. I wasn't an adult when I was back in New York, so I don't know anything about that place, right? So this is the place where I dwell. This is the place where I've grown up. I've had kids here and so forth and so on, right? So the same thing happened. Like when you speak, like for instance, when I would go back for the summers, back in the the late '90s, we used to say on dogs out here.
Yeah.
I would go back to New York and say that. They'd be like, "What the fuck does that mean?" Like, so you were speaking a whole different language. And then when I would come back here and bring some of the slang from there back here, my friends here would be like, "What the fuck are you talking about, man?" So it's there's different slang. That's just 3 hours, a 3 hour difference, right?
Yeah.
Keep going.
And he says, and they were all amazed and marveled, saying one to another, behold, ought not all these we speak Galilean?
Right. Y'all from Boston, man. How you speaking like us? How you know our slang?
Come on.
How you know how we speak? Right? Keep going.
And how hear we every man in our own language wherein we were born?
Keep going.
Parthians,
Yep.
and Medes,
Yep.
and Elamites,
Yep.
and the dwellers in Mesopotamia,
Right. The dwellers of Mesopotamia, right? Keep going.
and in Judea,
Judea,
and in Cappadocia,
Cappadocia,
and Pontus,
yep,
and Asia, and Phrygia, and Pamphylia,
yep,
and Egypt,
yep.
and part of Libya about Cyrene, and strangers of worms, Jews and proselytes.
Right, right.
And
So-
he goes in and say Greeks and Arabians.
Yep.
So even as far as in the land of Arab, you got Jews that's down there too.
Yep.
So
So our people are everywhere. Matter of fact,
Yeah.
When you dig into the details of the transatlantic slave trade, right? Some of those Israelites were sent east as well. They weren't just sent west
yeah,
to the Americas. They were sent east as well. This brother get into all of the history for you.
That slavery was the trans-Saharan trade.
Yep, the trans-Saharan slave trade. So our people were all over the place, man. We were everywhere. This is why when you go to the prophecy in Isaiah the 11th chapter, it also says to everywhere that we were scattered.
Oh, and now I'll get it real quick.
Yeah. It was 11
He's,
and
11. This is Isaiah chapter 11, verse 11. It says, and it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time
Yep.
to recover the women of his people,
Yep.
which shall be left from Assyria,
Yep,
and from Egypt,
yep,
and from Pathros,
Yep.
and from Cush, and from Elam, and from Shinar, and from Hamath, and from the island of the sea.
right. So we're going to be everywhere, man. We're going to be everywhere.
And it got some more on that too. It said, and he shall set up an ensign for the nation and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel,
Right.
and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth.
That's right, man. So we're going to be being brought from everywhere, every corner,
Yeah.
right? Under every rock, from under every rock, right?
Israel will be looking like every nation.
And we're going to look like those
Every-
nations too.
Oh,
Right. When you go to what's that? Revelation the 7th chapter, and he said there was a multitude that he couldn't recognize. Our people gonna be looking like all continent nations, man. And you think about it this way: you a man, you marry a Arab, right? You're a man, you marry Arab. Your kid gonna come out looking like an Arab. You're gonna have some of them Arab features, and then your kid lay with an Arab woman. What that baby gonna look like? That's only 2 generations.
I got
And
my
that
head
baby gonna look like an Arab. Ain't even gonna be no signs of Jake in them.
yeah, exactly.
He gonna just look like an Arab. The motherfucker gonna have grow up and get that long thin beard that the Arab
Yep.
be having. They don't have no hair up here, just that long ass beard. On the bottom there, you gonna be looking like an Arab. It's gonna be your cousin though.
Yeah.
It's gonna be your cousin. I'm like, damn man, I feel like we know each other. Yeah, because it's gonna be your cousin.
I got it right here
Keep going.
too. This is First Ezra chapter 8, verse 69 and 70. He said, the nation of Israel the prince, the priest, and Levite have not put away from them the strange people of the land, nor the pollution of the Gentile, to wit, of the Canaanites, the Hittites, the Pharisite, the Jebusite, and the Moabite, the Egyptian and Edomite, for both they and their sons have married with their daughters.
That's right.
And the holy seed is mixed with the strange people of the land.
Right, so we're gonna be looking like we went to I won't say who it was. We went to this church and we was looking around at some of them heads. We said, "That's a Hamite right there. That's a Hamite head right there."
Yeah.
Well, I know a Hamite head when I say a Hamite head. That head right there belongs to a Hamite.
Yeah.
Right? So you're gonna have cousins that got that big water head. They're gonna be walking around. They're gonna be jumping. He gonna be jumping around, man. You're like, hey, this is my cousin, man. He tripping, but he's my cousin.
Yeah.
Go ahead, brother.
It's 1 Kings 11:1.
Yeah.
It's basically dealing with Solomon. It said, "But King Solomon loved many strange women,
Yeah.
together with the daughter of Pharaoh,
Yeah.
women of the Moabites, Ammonites, Edomites, Zidonians, and Hittites."
Right. Now imagine how many different kids Solomon had, and how many, and how they was looking, being brothers. How different do you think? Even
Judah, down the zipper.
yeah, like they how different two brothers might look completely different. If you see my oldest son and my youngest son look like they don't even have the same dad. They look completely different, man. You know?
Speckled birds.
That's the
Yeah,
spirit. I got
100%.
that.
100%.
I got that real quick. Jeremiah 12 verse 9. My heritage is unto me as a speckled bird. The birds round about are against her.
Right. Right. So we gonna look like everybody, man.
Yeah,
We
with
gonna-
Moses, I mean,
No, I'm good, bro. I'm good. We're gonna be looking like everybody. Every nation that's on this earth, we're gonna look like them, man. We're gonna look like, but they're gonna be Israelites.
God.
They're gonna be Israelites. Man, you can see it now in the camps now. Go ahead, bro. You wanna make a point?
No, just quick. I just want to make a real quick. Even Moses married to the Ethiopian woman. You know, so of course you have to see her. His son probably looked like the Ethiopian. You know. So and David himself married other women too from other nations.
That's it, man.
Yeah.
That's what I was getting at. Like how different Absalom and Solomon probably look.
Right.
But even to when you break it down to the men that we see amongst us, you got Levites. Some Levites are light skinned, some Levites are real dark skinned. You know, but they all the tribe of Levi.
This man right here, that's a Judite right there. Right? This Judah and Benjamin here, and they look completely different. You know? So that's what you're gonna see that.
It's an honorary Judite right here. Honorary Judite right here. Like his women crispy.
And then you might have some of them that look like so-called white people.
Right.
You know? I'm saying, Mike, you're gonna see people that look like so-called white people, but they're Israelites, man. That's right. Matter of fact, I was watching. I forget the name of the show, man. And I have the video, but I can't. It's gonna take me a while to get back to it. But he was saying they were talking about. I wish I could remember the names, but they were talking about how the so-called black population disappeared from England because it was at a certain point in time, especially. Who was king when the Pilgrims came over here? Was it King Henry? I want to say King Henry VIII. Right? In those times, there were a lot of so-called black people. Matter of fact, when you go to the book by J.A. Rogers called "Nature Knows No Color Line," you got it. It'll show you all the different coats of arms in Denmark, in Germany, in England, and they were talking about how. No, this is from Babylon and Timbuktu.
He said, "Nature no color."
Yeah. That's all good, bro.
I
What's up, brother?
thought this was on point. You just don't be pulling out nature no color line. You don't be pulling that out the back
Yeah,
pocket.
I have it at the crib. Is that my book?
That was a good try, though. It was a valiant try, brother.
Yeah, so you go if you I didn't hear what you said.
It's King James during the film.
King James, right?
So let me say this real quick too. Now in the book he's referring to, if you look at all those names, they got so-called Italian last names.
Yeah.
Martinelli, Morganelli, Battaglia,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
So it just goes to show you, man, our people are that foundation,
Yep.
man.
And so in this show, they were talking about how the so-called black population has disappeared. And so it was a dude. He looked just like an Edomite, man. And he was telling the story. That he was being interviewed. He was telling the story. He said, "This guy right here is my great grandfather." And that dude was a black dude. He had one of them white wigs on, and that was his great grandfather. But he was a white dude.
Yeah.
He said, so the population ain't disappeared. We're here, but we just been mixed with the people that were here, right? And it was what, 4 to 5 generations, I think he said. He said, this is my great grandfather right here, and he was pointing at the picture. It was a painting of his family.
Oh, and
I was in England. And I met a girl from Ireland.
Yep.
A black girl from Ireland.
Yep.
And I asked her how long she's been in Ireland. She said her family has been in Ireland as long as she knows.
Yeah, my last name is, I got an Irish last name. I'm getting ready to say my last name.
Right.
We
got him now. We got him now.
Yeah, go ahead.
And real quick too, there was that first movie that you elders brought out a long time ago about the Sicilian. When the guy was sitting down,
Oh, yeah. They
they
did so much fucking.
they said that they did so much fucking. They did chill the whole entire waist.
Yeah.
And he's like, what do you mean? He called him an eggplant.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And they were to say why he called him the eggplant. You know, the Sicilian was laughing, even though they looked like Edomite in the movie, but they were Jake. He was basically telling them that you are so-called black. He said that your forefather was a black man in that movie.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, man. So yeah, people don't look like everybody.
Yeah.
Our people don't look like everybody. I gotta find that clip because it was a show that was on, and this guy did a several part series about how the black population in England has disappeared. He did a series on this, and he wrote a book. But I just can't. I gotta find it. I'm gonna do some digging tonight. Try to find that.
Even in the book called Nature Knows the Caroline, by J.A.
That's
Walter,
the J.A.
right?
Rogers book he's talking about.
And correct me if I want, but there was a page I read where we were talking about the slave masters, right? When they would leave, it said that there's a lot of Edomite that looks like Jake, because a lot of those in my own
white people that look like Jake, or Edomites that look like.
They're Jake, but they actually they look like Edomite.
Okay,
but they're Jake.
Yeah.
Because what would happen is oftentimes their wife would sleep with the.
I don't know if that was in nature. That's in anything. Anytime you read about slavery, you'll hear stories about that.
Yeah. It's in there. According to me, I think it was from that book.
It could be.
Because
But they show you that in that movie Life.
Yeah.
I'd be happy at that baby boss.
Yeah, because it's been a long time since I read the book.
Yes.
Because it was a book that I read for the Water Have, and I think it was it. And he said that there are about 500,000 white people here in America who have no idea that their father
100% that was
slaves.
And it goes both ways, because you got some so-called black people who their fathers were the so-called Edomites.
Exactly.
I'm saying so-called Edomites, but were the Edomites. Like there was this episode, I want to say it was either Sally Jesse Raphael or Donahue. One of them shows, or Ricky Lake. One of them shit. This is before I even got in the troop. I was a young man when I was seeing this. But it was a black guy. He was on stage. His last name was Jefferson, and he was saying that his great grandfather, so many generations removed, was Thomas Jefferson, the United States president. He would dip off and go have relations with his slave women, and he was having kids with them. And they grew up as slaves, right? And then they grew up and they continued on as so-called black people, but they were really Edomites, man.
See?
Yeah, so it goes both ways. Herod was an Edomite. Herod was an Edomite, but he probably had that light skin, right? Had a little curly hair like David up here. Like David is a spitting image of Herod.
Yep.
Right? That's Herod in the reincarnation, man. He'll be up there talking about, man, he be singing up there, but the singing is a little off. That's how I was like, you Herod. You Herod. He don't like it when we call him an Edomite. He ain't like that. Right. He ain't like that. But that's the way the cookie crumbles. This is why the scriptures told us the parable about the wheat and the tares. The scriptures tell about them. Let them grow together, and when it comes time to reap, we're gonna reap with the wheat, and we're gonna separate the tares and throw the tares away.
As soon as they start bearing their fruit, you're gonna see what they are.
You're gonna see it. You're gonna see it. You can tell somebody who's a little off.
I know.
You can tell. Hey man, what you doing, man? What you doing? Dance for me real quick. You see any a little crooked when they just you understand? It's like, I see what's going on here, right? So this is why the scriptures tell us also, right, to try the spirit, right? Because you don't know.
And
it's all a spiritual thing. It's all it's all spiritually discerned.
Even those the almanac down there, man. When them dancers. Even because there's a lot of but what I did not know before, man, there's a lot of jigs down there in Japan, and I know that a lot of those
Japan, Korean,
and I know it's that style, that dress, the way they sing, dance, man.
Yeah, if you do a little digging,
yeah,
I don't remember which Asian country it was. I see you, bro. I don't remember which Asian country it was. Excuse me, but they were talking about how all the black Asians, they get ostracized. They get separated. Even like when they have family functions, they put them over there on the side. They don't let them. They don't let them take part. There's a lot of racism in those Asian countries.
I got a lesson on this channel about black, so-called black Asians and so on and so forth.
That's where I saw it.
Yeah.
That's where I saw it.
Yeah.
That's where I saw it.
And real quick, there's a proverb in Japanese that and able to be a samurai, you gotta have the promise goes you gotta have black blood in you.
Oh wow!
Because there was a lot of Japanese, so-called Japanese that was actually so-called black who was samurais. Yeah. And they mixed among those Japanese, man. Yeah. All people was everywhere, even since ancient time. So.
Go ahead, bro.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 25, verse 31.
Yep.
It says, when the Son of Man shall come in his glory, and all the holy angels with him, then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory, and before him shall be gathered all nations, and he shall separate them one from another, as a shepherd dividing his sheep from his goats.
That's it.
And he shall set the sheep on his right hand, and the goat on his left. And then shall the king say unto them on his right hand, come ye blessed of my Father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world.
That's it, man. That's it. So the Lord gonna separate everybody, man, and do it properly. Because if we leave it up to us, we don't have the same eye that the Heavenly Father has to be able to separate the who's who.
Real quick, hold on, just want to show you, man. You see the African samurai, the true story of Yosuke, a legendary black warrior in the football of Japan. So just want to point that out, man.
I'm gonna check that out.
But you know what though? It shouldn't be no mystery or no surprise. Jake, we ruled this motherfucker, man.
Yeah.
Jake was all through this piece. And not to mention the men that went to these different nations and dropped seed in some of these women.
Yeah.
When they dropped them seeds in some of these women, them Israelites that came out were of that line, man. Strong, dominant, and this is how you end up with warriors over there.
Yep.
Go ahead.
There was a lot of tall stature warrior in Japan, and a lot of their forefather was so-called black men.
Right, listen, the whole world knows who we are.
Yeah.
They know who we are, but they've been paid to keep shit under wraps. They're not going to go out and just say, oh yeah, they are the chosen people. They're not going to say that because the history books would have to be rewritten, man.
That's right.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Matthew 13, verse 24. Another parable put he forth unto them, saying, the kingdom of heaven is likened unto a man which sowed good seed in his field. But while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat and went his way. But when the blade was sprung up and brought forth fruit, then appeared the tares also. So the servants of the householder came and said unto him, Sir, didst not thou sow as good seed in thy field? From whence then have it tares? He said unto them, an enemy have done this. The servant said unto him, wilt thou then that we go and gather them up? But he said, nay, lest while ye gather up the tares, ye root up also the wheat with them. Verse 30, let both grow together until the harvest, and in the time of the harvest I will say to the reapers, gather ye together first the tares, and bind them in bundles to burn them, but gather the wheat into my barn.
Right, and this is one of the famous scriptures we always use to justify. Listen, you ain't gonna be able to tell an Israelite right off the rip, man. And as we was just going through the different complexions of brothers, the different nationalities of brothers. Some brothers got mothers of all types of nationalities, So they may have a little hint of, you know, Korean in them, a little hint of, you know, German in them, whatever the case may be. But that seed comes from the Father, man. So therefore, you let them grow together until the harvest, because the angels are gonna sort all these things out, all right? But the very important thing to know is, all in all, the Lord knows who His people are, man. It's not about any other nation. It's not these men that were set up for the nation of Israel. So I want to go to Romans 11:1.
Elder, you grab me. Can I just
Good.
come on. This is in Habakkuk chapter 1, verse 5.
There it is.
It says, "Behold, ye among the heathen, and regard." It says, "And wonder marvelously, for I will work a work in your days, which ye would not believe, though it be told you."
That's right. And these men that are being raised up, these people that are being raised up, who are Israelites. Okay, and a lot of people, a lot of Israelites who are in this thing, look at men who may look different. Especially Great Millstone. The whole years ago, the whole sentiment about Great Millstone was, we let white boys into the camps. We let white boys into the camps. But we operating through the Spirit, man. What do you think that multitude is talking about back in Revelation, the 7th chapter? What do you think that multitude is all about? We just got through talking about this. You think everybody's just gonna be crispy dark? We are the sand of the sea. You ever go to the sea? Pick up some sand. You got real dark grains. You got light grains, white grains of sand. The Lord is comparing us to that exactly, man. All right. But all in all, the Lord has not forgot us, man. And He's gonna come back to redeem us. And all those brothers in the strangers, those Israelites going back to watch the lesson that's on the channel here about the black Koreans, if you will, black Japanese, if you will. They look solely like true Japanese, man. But they were like, my father's a black man, my father's African American. You see? And hey, Elder, remember a few years ago, we had the chick that came out here.
Yeah, you were saying there was something about her.
I was like, there's something about this one right here. And we kind of got into it. She's, oh, my father's black. But she looked Chinese, you know?
Had that long,
little tender looking thing too. But she looked Chinese. We were like, oh, you know? And you could tell, and it's funny because back then we was always talking about the nigger woman at the time. And we was like, damn, that's the nigger woman right there. You know? Looking pretty. You know, but again, the angels are gonna be able to decipher who's who, because if it's left up to us, damn, we might just wipe everybody out because they may look a little different, man. You know, go ahead, bro.
Isaiah 16:4. Let my outcast dwell with thee, Moab. Be thou a cover to them from the face of the spoiler, for the extortioner is at an end. The spoiler ceased, the oppressor are consumed out of the land.
That's it. All right, go ahead, brother.
This is Jeremiah 12:9. My heritage is unto me as a speckled bird. The bird round about are against her. Come ye, assemble all the beasts of the field, come to devour.
That's it. Right? So you ain't gonna just roll up on a person and be like, yeah, he ain't an Israelite because his skin too light. You got Israelites talking about the tribe of Ephraim. You know, the Latin tribes aren't Israelites. That's how bugged out our people have become in these last days, man. All right, read that.
Romans 11 verse 1.
Go ahead.
I say then, have the Most High cast away His people? The Most High forbid. For I also am an Israelite of the seed of Abraham, of the tribe of Benjamin.
That's the Apostle Paul, giving his credentials, letting you know who he is. But the Lord hasn't cast away His people. The Lord's not looking for nobody else. It's about the nation of Israel. It's about the children of Israel. It's about the lost sheep. Those individuals who went astray. And even Esau knows these things because in the Compact Bible Dictionary, it talks about the Israelites who went and took on, different philosophies, different ideologies, and so on and so forth. So the Lord hasn't cast us away. He knows who His people are. And these are the words that we speak unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. The lost sheep of the house of Israel. This is where this word is going out to. Though we prophesy, to all nations. Why is that? Because Israel is in all nations. They're scattered. They've been raised up in these nations. So much so, you got some of the Latin tribes who truly have that white complexion and blue eyes. They have been totally disconnected from knowing their true heritage. But at the end, they're going to be brought back into remembrance. Go ahead.
It's Amos 3 and 1.
Yep.
Hear this, the word of the Lord hath spoken against you, O children of Israel,
Yep.
against the whole family which I have brought you up out of the land of Egypt,
Right.
saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth, therefore will I punish you for your iniquity.
Right. And this word goes out to the children of Israel. You only have I known. So when men were set up in the ancient times, they weren't going to anybody else, try to preach true salvation. They were going to the children of Israel. Right? Now give me 2nd Ezra 5. Nope. I'm on 2nd Ezra 5 and 23. Baba Kasha.
It was Israelites being mentioned as heathens.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yep. And it said, when you got an issue with a man, if he ain't trying to hear him, you got to treat him like a heathen man. So and even then, there was the scriptures that refer to Israel as the wicked. Go ahead, brother. You got that?
Yep. It says, yep. So this 2nd Ezra chapter 5. I'm gonna start at 22.
Go ahead, brother.
It says, my soul recovered the spirit of understanding, and I began to talk to the Most High again.
Yep. This is Ezra speaking. Go ahead.
And said, O Lord, that bearest rule over every wood of the earth, and all of the trees thereof, thou hast chosen thee only one vine.
Thou hast chosen thee only one vine. So it's always been about the children of Israel. From the ancients of days, it's been about the children of Israel. He's only chosen one vine. He ain't looking for anybody else. Go ahead.
It says, out of all lands of the whole world, thou hast only chosen thee one pit.
Go ahead.
And out of the flowers thereof one lily. And it says, and of all the depths of the sea, thou hast filled thee one river.
Go ahead.
And out of all built cities, thou hast hallowed Zion unto thyself.
Go ahead.
It says, and out of all fowls that were created, thou hast named thee one dove. And out of all the cattle, out of all the cattle, thou art made that has provided thee one sheep. And it says, among all the multitudes of the people, thou hast gotten thee one people, and unto this people whom thou lovest, thou gavest a law that is approved of all.
You see that? He has gotten thee one people, and that's the children of Israel. That's who this word is going out to. That's who basically, when we come out here, we're not trying to, bring everybody into this thing. And those who may have a different look, but their spirit may be resonating, we test the spirit by the spirit. Where you from, with your name, and we might throw a little, do a little two-step, throw a little comedy in there. But at the same time, you can truly see, man. Cats come up, they hear the word starts resonating with them, and then as time goes on, they may be like, that's my father. My father was this color, this, that, and the third. All right. So the Lord has not forgotten His people. He has chosen one people, and that one people is the children of Israel. Go ahead.
Back you up. Psalms 147, verse 19.
Go ahead.
He showeth His word unto Jacob,
Right.
His statutes and His judgments unto Israel. He have not dealt so with any nation,
Right.
for as His judgments they have not known them. Praise ye the Lord.
That's it. It's all about the children of Israel. You got something else?
Yeah,
You got something on deck, brother? Good. I'm gonna hit him first. I'm gonna come right over to you.
This is in Acts 11, and I start at verse 18.
Yep.
And it says, when they heard these things, they held their peace and glorified the Most High,
Yep.
saying, then had God also to the Gentiles granted repentance unto life.
Right. And them Gentiles were the Israelite foreigners. Those Israelites who were scattered abroad. They was granted unto life. Because this word was only to the house of Israel. Go ahead.
It says, now they which were scattered abroad.
Now they were scattered. Now what did James say? What did James say? Give me James 1 and 1. James 1 and 1.
James 1 verse 1.
Go ahead.
James, a servant of the Most High and of the Lord Yahweh Shah Mashiach, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, greeting.
That's what it's all about. To the 12 tribes which were scattered abroad, greetings. So this word is only and specifically to the children of Israel. Now you devils out there who have taken this word, you're going to be judged by the word, of course. You've taken on the word, now you're going to be judged by it. Right? But at the end of the day, salvation for Israel. All right, go ahead, brother.
It says, now they which were scattered abroad upon the persecution that arose about Stephen, traveled as far as Phoenice, and Cyprus, Antioch, and preaching the word to none but unto the Jews only.
Preaching the word to none but unto the Jews only. And you can imagine these people that dwelled in these lands, like the elder was getting into. He's from upstate New York, but he came to Massachusetts. And when he came to Massachusetts, he ended up having children. So his children aren't going to be grown and raised as New Yorkers. They're going to be raised as, Bostonians, if you will. All right? So going back to these lands where Israel was scattered abroad, and all these people that are in these lands, they raised their children up, took on the customs, took on the philosophies in some certain situations. You see? Well, again, this is all basic stuff. It ain't too difficult to understand. Go ahead, brother. I'm come right to you next, brother.
I got a little bit here.
Yeah, keep on.
2nd Ezra, chapter 2 and verse 34.
Comes.
It says, and therefore I say unto you, O ye heathen, that hear and understand, look for your shepherd. So I'm
Right.
back to
Who's the heathen right there? That's Israel. Look for your shepherd. Go ahead.
It says, he shall give you everlasting rest.
Yep.
For he is nigh at hand.
And we understand that that's what the Lord is coming to bring, man. He's coming to bring that salvation unto us, Lord willing, that we can get that everlasting rest, that we may lay upon our beds and singing songs and praising Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai continually.
That's right.
That's what we look for, man.
That's right.
All right? But until that time comes, we got a job to do. We're going to push. We're going to push and push to wake up and to cry aloud and to spare not. We don't give a goddamn about feelings, man. Because the Lord said he's no respecter of persons. Go ahead, brother.
I'm going to just drop down to verse 38.
Go ahead.
It says, arise up and stand, behold the number of those that be sealed in the feast of the Lord, which are departed from the shadow of the world, and have received glorious garments of the Lord.
That's it.
Take thy number, O Zion,
That's right.
and shut up those of thine that are clothed in white, which have fulfilled the law of the Lord.
Right. You jump down to 34. Go down to 34.
34.
Come on.
This is verse 34. Again, it says, and therefore I say unto you, O ye heathen, that hear and understand, look for your shepherd. He shall give.
That's 34? I'm sorry, 44.
I think
44. 44. Come on.
It says, so I asked the angel and said, Sir, what are these?
Go ahead.
He answered and said unto me, these be they that have put off the mortal clothing and put on the immortal and have confessed the name of the Most High. Now are they crowned and receive palms.
Right. When we're out here teaching this word to the masses, we're giving that name to the masses of Israelites. All right? And what always stands out to me, we're going to keep on too, brother. And what always stands out to me is that man, the brother over in the Philippines. You ain't going to just teach the name of the Lord if you outside of the sanctuary. The scriptures speak about the birds were like in the book of Ecclesiastes. Was it 27? Ecclesiastes 27?
Ecclesiastes 27?
Yeah, come. The bird was unto the, I think it's 27 and 9. Come. Find that real quick. Might be 26 and 9, something. I think it's about 9. The 9th.
Can you preface it again?
Birds resort unto their like. And the truth.
Ecclesiastic is 29 verse 9.
29 and 9. I knew it was 9. Come.
You want that real quick?
Yeah, please. Open it up.
Ecclesiasticus 27 verse 9. The birds will resort unto their like, so will truth return unto them that practice in her.
So will truth return unto them that practice in her. Now that dude, that brother in the Philippines, he had a whole classroom teaching about the name of Yahweh Shai. I mean, again, a true heathen ain't gonna be concerned with that name. Isn't it not written? Go ahead, brother.
Malachi.
Go ahead, brother. Yep.
I got you, brother.
Yep.
I believe
Read
it's
that.
Malachi
That's
1
it.
verse 14, I think.
Con.
Malachi 1 verse 14. But cursed be the deceiver, which have in his flock a male, and voweth and sacrifice unto a Lord a corrupt thing.
Go ahead.
For I am a great king, said the Lord of hosts, and my name is dreadful among the heathen.
Right. So that's why they ain't gonna go around and preach the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai.
That's right. I'm doing
Scriptures tell you that the name is dreadful among the heathen. All right. So going back to these men who are out there on the highways and byways, we're teaching this thing in truth and sincerity to wake up the masses as the Lord has commanded us to do. All right. Continue on, brother.
On 2nd Ezra chapter 2 verse 46. Then said I unto the angel, what young person is that crowneth them, and giveth them palms in their hands? So he answered and said unto me, it is the Son of the Most High,
Right.
whom they have confessed in the world. Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord. Then the angel said unto me, Go thy way and tell my people what manner of things and how great wonders of the Lord thy God thou hast seen.
That's it. Right? So the Lord said, tell my people, not all the people on the planet Earth, tell my people about these great wonders. And this is why when people come up, we tell them, listen, you're an Israelite. This salvation is unto you. You know, the glory of the kingdom of heaven, the promises that was made on, you know, for us to inherit the kingdom. All these things are for you. See? We don't give a goddamn about, we don't give two shits about the other nations. Though they're going to be under subjection, and ultimately, when we get put back in order, the other nations are going to rejoice. There's going to be no need for the other nations to cleave unto us because we're going to give them their fair lots. We're going to give them their fair shares. Now, when you go to Isaiah 14 real quick, give me that.
Yeah.
Oh, you got it, brother?
No, what up?
I just want to make a quick point on that. That's good. We're going to start at the top.
Isaiah 14 verse 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land.
Go ahead.
And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave into the house of Jacob.
Right, the strangers shall be set with them and shall cleave to the house of Jacob. Now, men try to compare the two. That you see, when we were seeking a want of all things for Esau, now the role is going to flip. That's not the case, man. Because under the law of this devil that we're living under, they stripped us and made us bare and gave us no rest, no mercy, and we had to go to them for one of all things. All right? But in this time period, when we get set up, the scripture says what? When the righteous are in authority, the people are going to rejoice. So by them rejoicing, we're going to give them their fair land, we're going to give them their fair shake, and you know, we're going to have to teach them the ways of the Lord, but they're not going to have to come to us because we're going to give them their square, man. We ain't going to have them cleave to us, all right? Who are going to cleave to us are the Israelites. Those Israelites who are going to be brought back into the fold, getting the riches, getting the glory, all those things that pertain unto the children of Israel that the promises went through. All right? So those other nations aren't going to be looking for us for food and shelter and so on and so forth. We're going to give them their fair share, man. They're not going to have to cleave onto us as people would think in this time period, man. Those Israelites, read that again from the top.
Isaiah 14 verse 1.
Yep.
For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land.
Right.
And the strangers
Right.
shall be joined with them,
Right.
and they shall cleave into the house of Jacob.
Right, and that's talking about the Israelites who are out there in the world, who are known as Israelite foreigners, who are known as the strangers, who are known as the lost sheep. They're going to be brought back and cleaved, like and when you really think about it, it only makes sense that these people come back to whom they belong to and cleave and hold on tight and never to let go, because the Lord Yahweh Shai is going to be here with us. You see? And that's how they're going to, these other nations, they're going to have their slot. All right, here we at. That's good on that. I know this brother, right here, go ahead.
This is Matthew chapter 15, verse 21. Then Yahushai went thence and departed into the coast of Tyre and Sidon.
Yep.
And behold, a woman of Canaan came out of the same coast, and cried out to him, saying, Have mercy on me, O Lord, thou son of David. My daughter is grievously vexed with a devil. But he answered her not a word. And his disciples came and besought him, saying, Send her away, for she cried after us.
Right.
But he answered and said, I am not sent unto the lost I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
Right. And how did the Lord, and if you look at that, the Lord had to check the disciples, because they said, what? Send her away, for she cried after us. The Lord said, oh, I ain't sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. So therefore I'm going to speak to this woman. But to back up even further though, it wasn't known amongst the heathen that he was known as who? Son of David. That wasn't noise brought to the other nations and the heathens. Even when the skirmishes was going about, the other nation was like, yo, that's your law. You see to that. We ain't concerned about what you people do. That's on y'all. So that tells you right there that that woman was an Israelite. And the Lord checked his demand. He was like, listen, I ain't sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. So therefore, as I speak to her, I'm speaking to her because I know who she is. You see what I'm saying? You any more on that?
Just one last
Go
verse.
ahead.
It says, then came she and worshipped him, saying, Lord, help me.
That's it.
What the brother has said about the heathen worshiping their Lord.
Absolutely. Great points, brothers. Great points right there. Right? Go ahead, bro.
This is Romans 11.
Great points, brothers.
This is Romans 11 and 26. And so all Israel shall be saved, as it is written, there shall come out of Zion a deliverer, and shall turn away ungodliness from Jacob.
Right. So all Israel is going to be saved. Now, I think it's Galatians 6. Give me Galatians chapter 6, I believe it is. It says the Israel of the Most High. I think it's 6. Yeah. Oh, I wanted you to read that again, brother. My brain's a little foggy here. The Israel of God. It might be the last verse.
I got you right here.
Yeah, it might be the last one.
no,
Yeah.
no, no.
Yeah, upon the Israel. Oh, yeah, that's
that?
16.
Okay,
6 and 16. So hold that real quick. Read that again.
Romans 11 and 26.
Come.
And so all Israel shall be saved,
Right.
as it is written, they shall come out of Zion the deliverer,
Right.
and shall turn away ungodliness from Jacob.
Right, so the question is this now. We know 2/3 of Israel is going to be destroyed. So how is it that all Israel is going to be saved right here? Right? So now read that.
Right from the point.
Yeah, right from the point.
Galatians 6 verse 16.
Go ahead.
And as many as walk according to this rule, peace be on them and mercy.
That's right.
And upon the Israel of the Most High.
Right, upon the Israel of the Most High. All right? Because it is written, 2/3 will be cut off and die. But all Israel is going to be saved. That's talking about the Israel that truly trust and believe in Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai. But ultimately, the Israelites who get destroyed on this end will come back into the kingdom in their right stead, in their right mind, with the laws, statutes, and commandments written on their inward parts, no more to be taught from mouth to mouth, from father to son. See, that's how this thing is going to be set up. So when they come back into the kingdom, they're going to already be in the righteous spirit, man. I should say the righteous spirit is already going to be instilled in them. So there's going to be no need for men to be taught anymore. See? But the Israelite of the Most High are the ones whom the Lord is going to be looking after, man. You know, because you got all kinds of Israelites out there doing all kinds of wickedness. And the Lord's going to destroy a bunch of them. But those who are in the right state, who are practicing and believing in the faith of Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, may they get delivered up and be saved to see the destruction of our enemies, man.
That's right.
That's what we hope and pray for. That we have the ability to see the downfall of our enemies. All right? Good. You got something on there, bro?
I got something. Probably pass by, but I'm going to.
Yeah, but bring it out, brother. We'll
Second
circle
address,
back around.
second address, chapter 3, verse 34. Where though therefore are wickedness now in the balance, and there's also that dwell in the world, and so shall thy name nowhere be found but in Israel.
That's right.
Or when was it that which dwell upon the earth have not sinned in thy sight? Or what people have so kept thy commandments? Those shall find that Israel by name have kept thy precept, but not the heathen.
Israel by name have kept thy precept, but not the heathen. Right? So again, it all boils down to the children of Israel. It all boils down to the 12 tribes. And those that were scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth, who may be calling themselves by all these other names. Shit, we got Israelites over in Russia, man. We got Israelites over in Israel. We got Israelites all throughout the four corners of the earth, man.
Right. Everywhere.
All right? And then the Lord said he'll have mercy on whom he will have mercy. He may deliver up some of them. Now, didn't we read in Luke?
Isaiah 11:11.
No, we read in the book of Luke, I think it was the 12th chapter, when the man smote on his chest.
18.
18. The man smote on his chest. You know, the Lord may have mercy on that man. He was sincere. He was honest. He'd been a sin. He did all the, me, Lord, have mercy upon me. So we can't sit there and say whom the Lord is not going to have mercy on. You know, it's all in the hands of Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai. Go ahead.
It also reminds me of the male X Factor. I was on his right hand side.
Yeah, male factors. Yep.
At least my punishment is just.
That's it.
Look at him, but the Lord found favor. Like this day, you're gonna be in paradise with me.
That's right.
This is Jeremiah 16:14, and it says, "Therefore, behold, the days come, said the Lord, that it shall no longer be said that the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt, But the Lord liveth that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north and from all the lands whither he has driven them, and I will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers.
That's right. So the Lord's going to recover us, man. He's going to recover a lot of Israelites. You know, he's going to destroy a lot of Israelites. But the Lord is going to be the one that's going to give us that safety and that security. Ain't no man on this planet going to be able to help us in that day. Shit, even as the times that we're about to come into, man. Esau's letting you know what he's about to do. He's about to come down. That's why we got to stay prayed up and continually make supplication to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai that he cover us, man. It's about to be fucking real ugly out here. You ain't gonna have no rest in the sole of your foot. We may be on the move, goddamn, every day of every waking day. We may be on the move, man. And who knows what's to come. But we do know this: the Lord told us what? They're gonna be having great wrath. They're gonna be fucking destroying those that fear the Lord. They're gonna be coming down. You know? Yeah, all that, brother. Go ahead. Yeah, bring it on now.
2nd Ezra 16, verse 68. For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you and feed you, being idle with things offered unto idols.
Right, they're gonna take away certain of you. Esau's not gonna have no pity on anybody. Now that movie, I did a lesson not too long ago. It might be on. It's on this channel about that new movie that's coming out, Civil War. Right. Towards the end of the trailer, you had this Edomite with a gun, and you had these Israelites that were in front of him. He said, "Oh no, there's been a mistake. We're Americans." And Esau's like, "Yeah." He's like this, like, "Yeah, what kind of American?" He ain't trying to hear Native American. He ain't trying to hear, Black American. He ain't trying to hear Puerto Rican American or Mexican American. Niggas ain't gonna try to hear that shit, man. And he laughed when he had that gun. He put that gun up. That's gonna be the spirit on Edomites and a lot of other, heathens that are out here, man. We are gonna be public enemy number one, no doubt about it. And they're telling you and they're showing you there's gonna be civil unrest in here. And if you don't fit the description of a modern day Edomite, then you're gonna have the crosshairs on your back, man. All this shit that you see with this Free Palestine, I got a small clip that I'm gonna upload as well. But all these things that you see, that's just stirring the pot. Because these average everyday Edomites out here who believe that this country belongs to them and solely them, they're fed up with motherfuckers coming over here with their flags, marching on their land, talking about do this and do that. Esau, his mindset is, how dare you immigrants, whatever we're gonna call them, how dare you come to our land and tread down our flag? That's the sentiment that they have, man, and that's gonna cause a lot of civil fucking uproar, man. And it's gonna be hell. But the Lord willing, is gonna save us out of that. We ain't gonna be in the midst of that, because you've seen Israel in the past getting involved with all this shit that goes on, when a nigga gets shot in the street. Niggas want to, mount up the troops and go and stand by the mother, stand there, the mother sitting there crying. Israel, no justice, no peace. That line been gone. Ain't nobody listening to that line. Jake been talking, spitting that no justice, no peace shit for years, and they did a motherfucking thing, because they still ain't got no justice, and Esau still got peace, man. Ain't no one threatened Esau. Ain't nobody come talking about we gonna take you down, Esau. So much so now Jake then went from no justice, no peace marching to now hands up, walking around hands up. Yeah, don't shoot.
The only way you want to take justice is to take it by your own hand.
And they ain't gonna do that.
And they're not gonna do that.
They ain't gonna do that. These Palestinians, they're marching for free Palestine in a common area on a Sunday. Ain't nobody hearing that shit. The people that need to hear it are in the State House, down in Washington, D.C. That's who you need to go see. You coming,
on a Sunday.
You coming down here on a Sunday. These devils are home sleeping or watching TV with their feet kicked up. They ain't listening to it. Goddamn, they don't even know this shit's going on out here.
Exactly.
They don't. Protest. Yesterday we didn't hear nothing about that. So all your cries are falling on deaf ears. Well, one would say, well, you guys are doing the same thing. But our cries ain't falling on deaf ears. The Lord hears our cries. And our plight ain't the same. All right? We're prophesying about what's about to go down.
right.
We ain't sitting there saying, give us back the land, give us back our 40 acres and a mule. We ain't talking about that shit. We talking about you about to be destroyed. Our big brother's about to come down here and smash you. The Heavenly Father's about to set us up, and you're gonna be under subjection.
right.
We're gonna rule with a rod of iron, and we're gonna use that bitch
right.
if need be. We're gonna
That's
use
right.
it.
That's right.
All right? Go ahead, brother.
That's right, Elder. That's right.
Exodus chapter 23, and I'll start at verse 1. Thou shalt not raise a false report. Put not thine hand with the wicked to be an unrighteous witness. Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil, neither shalt thou speak in a cause to decline after many to wrest judgment.
That's it. You know, so these multitudes out here, they're fighting over a land that don't belong to them. You see? They're trying to gain access to shit that don't belong to them. And right now the Lord has turned this earth over into the hand of the wicked. So he did what he needed to do, and he parted out the land to these people. These people got this part of the land, but all this shit's about to be turned right back to the right side, man.
Come on.
All this shit's about to be turned right back to where it needs to be. But first, it's got to be burned. It's got to be death over there. People got to die over there. Shit got to get burnt up over there before we go back in over there. And then when the Lord brings us over there, then we're going to hire, there's going to be employment for everybody. Continually. It's going to be employment for everybody. Unlike Esau's kingdom is falling, there's no employment, people are scraping and scrounging. You know, we're going to get ham on the job. They're going to be busy, man, burying bodies, doing all kinds of shit.
Overtime.
And they're going to want to do it.
Yep.
They're going to want to do it. Because it's going to be a different spirit out there at the time. All right? Yeah, you got something? Go ahead.
Real quick,
Yeah.
Acts 14, verse 22, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith,
Right.
and that we must through much tribulation into the kingdom of the Most
Right.
High.
The Lord ain't going to just let us, he ain't going to just open up the chariot and just, come on up, boys, come on in, men. We're going to go through much tribulation down here. Yahweh Shai went through hell, man. The servant is not greater than his master. So we're going to catch hell, man. We're going to catch hell so much so there's going to be some brothers going to be martyrs in this thing, man. We don't know what's going to happen. And that's why I said earlier, you got to stay prayed up to Yahweh Bashmi Yahweh Shai, that he watch over and protect you as you walk through these paths and these trails and these trials and tribulations, that he finds you to be worthy to receive that shield and that protection, man. That's what this is really boiling down to. We've been given that diligence. We've been trying to make that call and election sure for us. All right? All right, where we at? You got something?
And now, O Lord, behold these heathen.
Call it out.
Second Ezra chapter 6 verse. Start at. Matter of fact, I'll start at 56. As for the other people which have also
Start at
come of
54.
Adam.
Start at 54.
All right.
654.
All right. And after these, Adam also, whom you have made us Lord,
Whom thou
after
madest
all
Lord.
thy creatures.
Whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures. Go ahead.
Of him come we all, and the people also whom you have chosen.
Whom thou hast chosen.
All
Right.
this I have spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes.
That's right. Hold it right there. Thou hast made us the world for our sakes. All right? This is all about Israel. Everything that you see, every piece of gold that is on this planet belongs to the children of Israel. Right? Every drop of water that is on this planet belongs to us. It was for our sakes. And because we transgressed the Heavenly Father's laws, statutes, and commandments, we went into captivity. All right? But as it is this day, now the punishment has been pulled away from us, so to say. All right? The punishment has been accomplished. So the Lord is now going to put us back in our steads, man. We're going to be kings of the earth. We're going to be ruling righteously. We're going to rule the nations. Though we will have that rod of iron, but at the same time, the world is going to rejoice, man. The whole world is in mourning right now because of the hands that are in rulership. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. As for the other people, which also come from Adam, you have said they are nothing.
Thou hast said that they are nothing.
But be like unto spittle.
Yep.
And has likened them. And has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel.
And now, O Lord, behold, these heathen, which have become which have been reputed as nothing, have become lords over us and to devour us. But we, thy people, whom thou hast chosen, thy firstborn, thy only begotten, thy fervent lover, are given into their hands.
And this is true. This is true. We've been delivered unto the heathen, man. We've been delivered unto the enemy. And they did treacherous things to us, man. They've done treacherous things to us. But we ain't sweating it. We're resilient. The Lord said, you know, he gonna preserve a remnant. All right? Go ahead, brother.
Luke 1 verse 68. Blessed be the Lord, power of Israel, for he hath visited and redeemed his people.
For he has visited and redeemed his people. You know, we meditate and pray. You know, for anybody to sit there and say that we don't believe in Yahweh Shai, Shai, you know, we don't listen to Yahweh Shai out their goddamn mind, man. We putting it on the line every week we come out here. You know, we truly believe. We don't want to die with Esau. We don't want to die with the wicked of this world. If you just take a look around and just look at how much wickedness has been sown in this place, we hope and pray that Yahweh Shai goes back to the Father and say, Lord, you know, these men have stood so stiffly. These are the men that I'm coming to you on their behalf. We hope and pray that he does that, man. Go ahead.
Verse 69. And have raised up a horn of salvation for us in the house of his servant David, as he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the world began, that we should be saved from our enemies and from the hand of all that hate us.
In his name itself, in the Lord Yahweh Shai's name itself, he is the deliverer. We believe in that name, man. And that's the only name that's going to be able to deliver us out of here. So what makes people think we ain't following the Yahweh Shai, man? We want to get the hell out of here. We want to survive. We want to live. We want to be able to see the wicked of the earth go down, man. We want to see that shit go down, man. Every day we are faced with having to deal with the wicked on some level, whether you go to work, whether you dealing in the street, whether you going by, you know, just going about your daily business. And they look at life as if they look at our life as if we're fucking nothing, man. As if we're shit. We pray to the Lord, how long, Lord, faithful and holy and true? How long, Lord? When are you gonna come back and smite these devils, Lord? And Lord willing, he hears our cries, man. Because sincerely we pray for brothers, man. We pray for the brethren. We want the Lord to come down and deliver all of us, that we may go up in the chariot together and see and rejoice when we get delivered back down. You know? But right now, we ain't in a time of being happy and being joyful, and being in mirth in Babylon the Great, man. Even Yahweh Shai sees how wicked this place is. Go ahead.
But to back you up, 2nd Ezra 15 and verse 8. I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. And therefore, said the Lord, I will surely avenge them, and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them.
Right. We believe in Yahweh Shai, man. We believe in the spirit of Yahweh Shai. We believe in it wholeheartedly. We know when he comes back to do that damage, he gonna do a goddamn good job, man. He gonna finish it. He gonna wipe him off the face, man. Absolutely. Ain't nobody else gonna be able to do that for us but the Heavenly Father and His Son. You got something?
I got a piece of Psalm 5.
That's all right. Go ahead, brother.
This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness for the face of such an afflicted.
Right. We come out here in the spirit of Yahweh Shai, man. That's our power. That's what gives us our power and the courage to come out and stand so boldly and stand in the cold and stand, you know, out here amongst the brotherhood while there should be masses of people out here, you know. We come out here and do it. If there was only 2 brothers out here, if there was only 1 brother out here, you still be standing on it in the spirit of Yahweh Shai. You'd be standing on it. Go ahead.
And made no account of his labor. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation.
That's right.
So far beyond all they that look for, and they repent and groaning for anguish of spirit, shall say within themselves, this is he whom we had sometime in derision, a proverb of reproach. We fools counted his life as madness, and his end to be without honor.
And that's the truth, man. This is how they see us. Our end to be without honor. We are despised by all these Edomites. I mean, they may laugh and they smile. You may work with a couple, hey, but deep down inside, they like this. They're like, ugh. They're disgusted with us, man. Because they have been brought up in this land to know that this land has been given to them. They rule this joint, man. This is all their shit. Look around. This is all their shit, man. How dare we come over in their land, you know, from Africa or the seas, the coasts of Africa, or however they want to
come over in the land that they stole.
Hey, listen to the right about them. How dare they come over to this land that they actually stole, man?
And they tell us to go back.
And they're gonna tell us to go back to where we came from. You know, Lord's gonna straighten this shit out, man, and it's gonna be a beautiful thing. See, sometimes I say to myself, the missiles. It's too easy. You know, I want to see them suffer for a little while. I want to see them devils suffer for a little while. I want them to know and understand that we are those men. That's what I hope and pray, that the Lord sets it up where they're gonna have to deal with us on such a level. They're gonna be like, oh shit, we didn't know. We're sorry, please don't know. And all of a sudden you just right through the fifth rib, you're nice and slow. You tell him to take your medicine. You put his head on his shoulder, take your medicine. You know, you pull him in close, take your medicine. You know, you're sluggy, bro. Take your medicine. You know, because the nuclear missiles is the end all be all. But that's too fast for these devils. These devils gotta see it, man. They gotta see it and understand it.
There are two sides to the missile. The nuclear weapons would kill people instantly, but it would keep people, those that remain outside the blast, it would kill them slowly.
Yep. Go ahead, brother.
If I may just mention,
go ahead.
that wisdom of Solomon, it's kind of like a perspective of they're in what do you call it, shockness or a perpetual type of fear, you know, of regretness.
Yep. They get sometimes in division, and they're talking to themselves, and they know, man, wow, and they see our content. You don't think these devils? You don't think the elites know what's going on with this word? You don't think they know what's going on? They know where every camp is. They know, man, and they are trembling because they understood when this thing happens, we out of here. It's the end. It's the end. Because the Lord said what? When this gospel is noised abroad, then shall the end come. That's right. So it only makes sense that these devils have reached out to one another and say, oh, it's that time. You know, now we got to speed it up. Now we got to fast forward this thing. They're gonna come down having great wrath. They're gonna set that civil war up. They're gonna set the neighbor against neighbor. They're gonna set the field, the playing field is now going to be a battlefield. Go ahead.
What he say in Leave Behind, when he was breaking it down, the 3 steps.
Yep.
Leave the world behind.
Yep.
He said we left them to implode within themselves.
It's going right down that direction, man. It's going in that direction. And again, as we've been saying, you brothers can attest, these are some beautiful times that we're living in. This is the most magnificent time that the Lord has put us on this planet to live in, man. To see the fall of these devils and this whole structure that has reigned throughout the whole earth with draconian law, man. They've been dreadful among all nations. Go ahead.
Revelations 12, verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them.
Go ahead.
Woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time.
And since he knows he has a short time, he's going to speed up. Okay? Now, 2024, I believe, is going to be a hot topic. I believe it's going to be hot, man. Right off the rip. These devils are already blowing whistles about what they're gonna implement and what kind of shit they're gonna put out there, you know, and nobody can really say otherwise because they know that time is running fucking short, and they're gonna have to act. They're gonna have to act fast. You see?
And also too, a lot of those devils said that too. They may not even be an election. you know,
Right.
this coming year.
Right. Well, you know, I'll say this. Years ago, you know, when we was, you know, getting into, you know, the executive orders.
There's gonna be no election.
Yeah. You know, but that was the zeal we had, because the Lord put that spirit on us to really get into it and say, we was telling, ain't gonna be no next president. You know, but that was the fire that was inside of us.
Ain't gonna be no next week.
Right, you know, there ain't gonna be no because one of the brothers said something. I don't know.
To the elders.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go to the elders in Springfield or something. We're going to probably next week, Lord willing. They ain't gonna be no next week.
You know. But hey, but they know, man. They've counted the cost. They know what the hell's going on. They know they can't stop this thing. You know, if again, going back to know how Esau operates, he could have sent all kinds of government officials down here, military troops down here to stop this thing. The Lord held them devils back, just like He held back them seas when Israel was coming through that coming around that Horn of Africa, the Horn of Africa, coming through that great way, man. They would have been came down on all of us if the Lord didn't put the spirit on them to hold them back, man. You got something?
Yeah, this is Revelation chapter 7, verse 1. And it says, and after these things, and I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, and holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree. And it says, and I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living power, and he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, until we have sealed the servants of the Lord in their foreheads. And I heard the number of them which were sealed, and they were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel.
Lord willing, we are in that number, brothers. Lord willing, we're in that number. And I continue to pray for the brothers, man, that we are in that number, right? But there's going to be a time when they're going to let loose. These angels are going to let loose, and that spirit is going to be throughout the whole world. You know, in that movie, in that trailer that they have, Civil War. Just think about it. You're gonna have cats with guns on rooftops. You're gonna have Esau's man. He's magnificent with these guns and shit. He's gonna be in every little hiding place, every little crevice. Motherfuckers gonna be getting hit from all angles, man. So be ready. Be on the ready, man. Make thyself ready. Prepare thyself for the battle, man.
Hey, but you know what? Esau already did that before on the news a while back when he was just shooting random people out of nowhere, and the gas station is snapping everybody until they caught him. You know, he wasn't happy to.
Hey, I don't give a shit. A sniper's a dangerous motherfucker, man. Because you don't know where that shit's coming from. He's walking down, bang, drop dead, yo. Go ahead, brother.
This is Isaiah 19:1. It says, the burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord Yahweh rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst thereof, and I will set the Egyptian against the Egyptians, and they shall fight every one against his brother, and every one against his neighbor, city against city,
I remember this guy.
kingdom against kingdom.
I remember this guy. Yeah, I remember this guy. Yeah. It's lucky, brother. Read that last verse again.
Isaiah chapter 19, verse 2. And I will set the Egyptian against the Egyptian.
Right, he's going to set the Egyptian against the Egyptians. Also known as the modern day Edomite against the modern day Edomite. Okay? And all these other nations. But ultimately, all these other nations are going to come up against Esau Edom to destroy her and to burn her with fire. That's the future prophecy of America, to be burnt with fire. All right? This glorious place that has lived so deliciously is going to be burnt in 1 hour. It's going to come to naught. All this shit, man. So these are the times that we're living in. We're living in the times of prophesying the downfall of this place that we've been brought over here, and the place that we have served for over 400 years, man. We've served this goddamn place. We've gave every ounce of sweat, blood, and tears to these devils so they can live great, so they can have all the lavish things in life. While we still, to this day, you go out and look at, some of the jakes out there that are waiting at the bus stop, 75 years old with a fucking lunchbox going to work. Can't even fucking retire, man. Esau and them Edom, they all retire. All these other nations get to retire. But you Israelites out there, you damn near can't even fucking retire. They forcing you to work to keep the lights on. You fucking struggling, can't even fucking get up a flight of stairs halfway.
Even on my job, you got Ephraim that like 65, 67 years old, still working.
Of course.
Janitor, you
Yeah.
know, and then,
But that's the burden now that has been laid upon us. All right, but the Lord is coming back to redeem us from all this shit, man. All right, go ahead, brother.
And they shall fight everyone against his brother,
Yep.
and everyone against his neighbor,
Yep.
city against city,
Yep.
and kingdom against kingdom.
You see that? So it's coming down, man. It's coming down to the wire, and I can't wait for this to pop off in this country, man. I can't wait. You know, and I speak as a man, and I know it's gonna be terrible. It's gonna be dreadful. But may Yahweh Shai protect every single one of us as we pray on it, man. All right, you got something else?
Yeah, kind of.
We're gonna end it with this.
Matthew 24, verse 13. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come.
Yeah, exactly. Go ahead. You got one more? Go ahead, brother.
This is 2 Ezra chapter 4, verse 28. It says, but as concerning the things whereof thou hast asked me, I will tell thee, for the evil is sown, but the destruction thereof is not yet come.
That's right.
If therefore that which is sown be not turned upside down, and if the place where the evil is sown pass not away, then cannot it come that is sown with good.
That's right. So all these things have to happen, man. This place has to go down in order for the good to be set back in order, right? So we're gonna keep on pushing, man. And again, you brothers pray for us. We're gonna pray for you. You sisters out there who truly trust and believe, don't think that you have been forgotten. Because during the time when Yahweh Shai was crucified, there was women that was out there helping the men. You know. So the Lord is gonna put all this back in order, but we gotta continue fighting that good fight of faith, man. Regardless of what we're faced with or who we're faced with. You know, trust and believe and pray that Yahweh Shai is watching over you, and that may He have mercy upon us as we go through this thing. And with that, so all we're gonna give all praise to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kakodash.
The one unto the head of apostles, the great millstone again that rule well. Shalom to all you brethren out there who are pushing this word in truth and sincerity. May Yahweh Shai watch over you, protect you, and may our works be seen of the Lord. That we come out here and sacrifice ourselves so we may fulfill the will of Yahweh Shai. So with that, we're going to say Shalom.
Shalom.